Okay. Let's see here. Okay, we're playing the Stanley Parable. After the oh geez. After playing Dead Space, I need some kind of like mental relief, so I can't really play another intense game. So hopefully the Stanley Parable should fill those shoes without causing too much trouble. I've watched a lot of other people play this game quite a while ago. Oh geez. There we go. There we go. But I never played it myself, so can't speak and think at the same time. I don't know, I'll talk about stuff once I figure out these settings. I'll just do 8, I guess. I don't know. I'm not gonna do V-syncing. It should be fine. Very high. This is an older game. I don't exactly expect to have trouble running it. Okay. Okay, change this setting for some reason. Okay. That's better. That's a cool effect. Okay, that's probably all fine. And let's go to audio. Headphones, please and thank you. Hi. Full captions, please. Extras. Achievement. This is an achievement. Thank you. Saves. Would I not want to have? I'll just leave them off for now. That seems like a, I don't know. I don't know. Well, let's just start the game. All right, I only have fond memories of this game. It's always been a great thing to think back about. It was on sale for the summer Steam sale, so I decided to grab it. I also have Ultra Deluxe Edition, but I feel like it's probably a better idea to play this one first. I don't know, because I mean, I went to the Ultra Deluxe Edition's game page, and it seemed to me like the way that it's formatted, it seems like it's not a sequel but a remake. But at the same time, I've seen like 2 clips of it, and both those clips were insanely different, so I don't know. I'm gonna play this game first. End is never the end is never the end is loading.
Of a man named Stanley.
Game's a bit low. Like on my end too, I'm gonna have to turn it up.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-ending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Cool. Great.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay. Can I please turn up the game's audio? Does it go, it doesn't go any, it only goes down. It only goes down, it does not go up. Okay. Maybe headphones is just set really low for no reason. Let's set it to 2 speakers. Maybe it's louder. Okay. So, if I remember correctly, there's like a thing where
Stanley simply couldn't
it's not
handle the
louder.
pressure. What if he had
It's
to
the
make a
exact
decision?
same
What if a crucial outcome fell under
volume.
his responsibility? He had never been trained for that.
Ooh, there we go.
No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure beyond
I'm just
any
going
doubt
normally.
was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, and then it just starts you over. Yeah, it does. Okay. So I don't understand. Why is the audio so quiet? Why can't I turn it up? That's a problem. Okay. I'm just gonna it's gonna mess up with all my audio. I'm gonna change it next time I play a different game. Oh, that's really annoying. Okay, I'm gonna turn it up on the stream quite a bit, and then I'm gonna turn it up on my end quite a bit, and we'll see what happens. I didn't want to have to do this. Okay, that's quite a bit louder. I might have made it too loud, actually. But we'll try that for a little bit. $429.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. I don't know where the meeting room is, but slightly quieter on y'all's end. No, I think it's all right on mine. Okay.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Whoops.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference.
Just let me look
Nor
around.
did it advance the story in any way.
I'm not doing anything wrong. That's rude. It's a nice painting. The images in this game aren't very high quality, that's for sure. Okay. What? Okay. Well, I mean, I already did one, so awaiting input. Cool. Nice.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
Hey man, there's an open window right here. Well, not an open window, but there's a window right here that tells me that there's a way to go. Same with that way. I'm not gonna not check. Uh-huh. I mean, there's rooms that I don't have
Stanley
access
came
to.
to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
I mean, that's the correct option, yeah, because left is always right. I mean, yeah.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay. Interesting. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some bevel on all the text to ensure a calm and productive work environment. The flippin' the tech team here isn't very isn't very competent because the flippin' projector is nowhere near aligned. Number of slides on the slides. Slides, charts, charts, and slides. Okay. That's not how you use a pie graph. Room closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
This room is so detailed, oddly. And unfinished.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet.
I mean, if you say a
No
second
reason to
thing,
still
now
be
that
here.
now I think I've got to stay here. You gonna say a third thing? You said two things.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way.
Well,
As
I
it
mean,
is,
I am looking for
he's
something.
literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Can I get a fourth thing?
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why?
That's your own fault. You
Please
started
offer me some
talking.
explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I would, but I don't really have an option to add input. I can't really tell you.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it
I
didn't even
mean, I
occur
clicked
to
on
me
every
because
door.
Literally, this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
I mean, it says broom closet on the door, which is kind of weird to me because
Maybe to
Why would the
you,
door
this is
say
somehow
broom closet?
Its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope
XD.
your friends find this concerning.
I hope you. Okay. Any more?
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Oh, that's kind of
He
rude.
probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Jeez.
That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
How would you get a job with drug money? Like,
Well, I've come to
legitimately.
a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
Oh, okay.
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system.
I mean, I'm moving,
and you
though.
collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
I'm wearing
He
headphones.
or she has fallen prey to any
Thank
number of
you.
your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer,
Jeez.
making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not,
It's not lost on them. That's wonderful.
All right. When you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Is that supposed to be the end of the conversation bit, or... It's really hard to tell. I guess most of the dialogue bits have been pretty quick, so... A couple more seconds and then I'll leave. Some kind of... I mean, that almost looks like a filament roll more than anything else. I was gonna say it's like some kind of... just like a roll of wire. That's duct tape. Can't even really tell what that is. Oh wait, that's a sprocket or something. It's a wrench. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna leave the closet, I think.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
I definitely can.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
That would be to the right. Left is always right. Okay. Uh-huh. Very good.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
It's a car.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley.
Wait, why is there a car?
He thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
Such a weird room.
None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet
Good question.
when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
I didn't even notice that.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
Oh, am I supposed to be walking right now?
Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
Oh, and the doors are closing behind me now.
He came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
No.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers
Nice
weren't
flash of
actually
white
gone.
there.
He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
Okay.
So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid?
I don't know.
And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream.
Hey, if you're my thoughts,
Did the voice not seem
my
float
thoughts
to
are
make the
contradicting
magical stars
themselves.
just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
Okay.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
Oh, it stopped me
He
from
felt
moving.
the cool weight of the blanket on his skin,
Okay.
the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please.
They're gonna close my
It's all
eyes
I want.
halfway, then why didn't they just
I
let me
want
keep
my
moving
apartment
around?
and my wife
Stanley's
and my
married?
job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Alright. And it's the exact same.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This
for
is the
Stanley.
story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Oh, jeez.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't.
This is going on for a while.
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Ran? It was... Okay, so no ambulance for me. Alright, here we go again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I want to make sure I get all these computers. I don't know if they do anything. Oh. So that you do that once per run, I guess. Cool.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
All right. Okay. No bathroom for me.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Agreed.
Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination. If he knew that the combo was 2845, it would be another story entirely. But no, this is what he was going to do instead. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Alright, fine. No cool
Yet
things.
incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Link plus. Dark. All right.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
All right.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
There's a thing that says escape. Left is always right. I'm just saying, like, left, I mean, straight's not exactly right, but no, I gotta go left. I gotta go left.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh, that sucks. No way for me to know that, right?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had
True.
every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Well, yeah, sure, but I don't have a reason to turn around yet.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
I don't know that it's my death. Alright, what's down here? Alright. I don't know how we survived that, but sure.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
I'll be fine.
he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision.
That doesn't
of
really
what
look
this
low
world
enough.
is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Well, that sucks.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
Different
In a
narrator.
single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Well, that hasn't happened yet. Well, it didn't happen at all. Doing pretty alright. Peachy, even. Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
That's too bad. Oh, well, we'll start at the beginning. Office layout. The blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections that have been added and altered throughout the development through the core layout, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. The corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in a good time. Cool. The set of two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Filing cabinets, office computers, solitaire. A wall of credits. Another little cubicle. Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Cool. Oh, they turned back on. Okay. Left. The office. Maintenance room. Printer. These are screenshots of the Stanley Parable HD remix. More endings, fewer endings, more narrators, fewer narrators, more Stanley, less Stanley. The point of the Stanley Parable HD remix is to win. Am I going crazy? Maybe it isn't the same image. Was that clock there before? I don't remember. How do I go back? Can you check for me? The point of the Stanley Parable HD remix is to lose. Larger words, this text. If someone could just get rid of the text, maybe then I could see what the game is about. In September 2012, we submitted the Stanley Parable to Greenlight, Valve's process of approving games for Steam. The Greenlight page had only a series of cryptic photos, which were still enough to win the community's approval. Alright. Alright, left. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient, would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. It's like a Roblox level. Narrator emails. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these in further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are our selection of those emails. Will the game feature capybaras? No answer, though. Dead strong bad. How do you type with boxing gloves on, Ben? Strong bad's like an animation thing, I think. For instance, I have a burning question. For instance, on a scale of Max Ernest to Salvador Dali, how surreal will the game be? Will he be born with a magnificent voice, or will he be bargain with? Ah, jeez. Congratulations. Okay, in line with the previous announcement regarding the ongoing promotion, the result in the attached file. Open it carefully and see the full details of the result. Ah. Greetings in omnipotent voice. I wanted to tell you I like the Stanley Parable as much as I liked seeing a humorously small badger in swim trunks. I indeed I liked it as much as I like. I'm Anthony Elias, business broker. Please partner with me in a very rewarding business venture. Details will be sent to you if you are interested. My email is that. Okay. What do the lights in the control room do? I really want to know. Okay. Montgomery Jones. Hi, Mr. Narrator guy. Okay, I'm good. I don't know. They're not that great. The lounge. An early version of the lounge. Office. Apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer will give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone will lead to a different ending. Okay. I haven't done that yet. Cargo lift. Second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game. We wanted it to look more like a place where cargo was actually stored. Cargo lift. Cargo lift was always intended to offer the choices of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, after this early version, we decided we also wanted the option of the player falling to their death. Very good. Oh, there's so much here. I mean, this would seem like a cool thing to go through after you complete the rest of the game. I don't know. Is there a space I'm supposed to go to continue, or? Left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first was created in November 2011. The second was second in March 2012, and the third in February of 2013. Yeah, it just got a little bit more detailed, a bit more lived in. And there's only one computer instead of two. I don't know why that was ever a thing. Game design mock-up. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment has changed, the basic layout from this mock-up is still in the game. A lot more broken down. Countdown room, an early version of the countdown room. Oh, it's an exit. Okay. Monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down with the freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this idea when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down. Place the two endings together instead. Ah, that's sad. Countdown desk. One of the desks from an early version of the countdown ending. Okay, well, we're just gonna leave. Well, I don't know. I might come back later.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another.
I really don't.
How they both wish to be free.
I never said that. Perfectly content. Well, turn it off.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Can't really narrate
No,
something that...
Perhaps not.
I don't know.
Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Sure.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game.
It says quit to menu. It doesn't say quit.
As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you.
I don't know. I'm okay with Stanley dying. She said to press quit. There's no quit here. It just says quit to menu.
Don't let time.
Well, I mean, it did. I'm okay. Wait, is it gonna start over? I think it does want me to start over. No. Okay. Oh. It's a little different. Interesting.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I think we have bigger problems than that, man. I came out of room 427. That's not exactly my room. Welcome to the whiteboard ending. Thanks.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
What is this weird alternate beginning? Like, what? Is this not going to be noticed at all? Okay, whatever.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his
Sure,
left.
yeah, sure. Is that just like a random sequence? What's up with that?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah. I don't remember what the code is, so I'm gonna have to wait for him to say it again.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again
starts at
stunned to
4.
discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation.
Oh, that's quite
But his
different.
attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the
doesn't start with
terrible
the 4.
secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Yeah, I don't know why the sequence was slightly different, but yeah.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Go right through the waiting sequence again, the loading sequence. Encoding overload. Great.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Sure. Light bulb button. Oh.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yeah, sure. It's not like I got much else to do.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers.
I can't
The
zoom
lives
in,
of so many
unfortunately.
individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Yeah, I wish I could zoom in. Because there's a piece of paper here that I would love to look at, but can't really do that. It's too bad. Oh. Employee fired. Sure. Alright, there's a lift.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Not too surprising.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
Mind
It was
control
unthinkable.
facility.
Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I don't know, man.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
All right.
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay. That looks like the awaiting input thing, so I probably just restart a bunch of times, press that computer a few times, and come back here, probably. There's a random door here. Seems to be wired up somewhere. Can't even see that. Okay. The 4 up here. We saw a 1 and a 2. Doorway up here. Red door. There's a 5. Where's the 3? If there is one. Well. 1, 2. Is that it? No. Actually, that does look like a button. Yeah, okay. There it is. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. We got some kind of importance. What was that? I like work. I just hate my boss. Cool. All right.
And when at
Another
last
decision.
he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
All right. thought it was already
blackness,
off, though.
and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
I think you just turned off the only light in the room.
Yes.
What?
He had won. He had defeated the machine.
It's a massive
Unshackled
door.
himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Doubt it.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay
Where'd the
unsolved.
door
Where had
the
his
table go? I
co-workers
mean,
gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
that's
No longer
nice, I
would
guess.
anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
Oh, looks
It
nice.
was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
And what if I go back? Probably nothing, I'd imagine. I don't know. Oh,
Stanley felt the
Can't
cool
control anything
breeze
anymore.
upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
he felt an urge to punch a
And
tree.
Stanley was happy.
Good for him. Beat the game. Cool. Now we go again. Go back and say no. We could go right instead of left in that split. Man, we're here
All of his
again.
co-workers were
Why?
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply... When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Can't exactly enter input if they're not going to let me find the computers.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Start with a 2 or something? I don't know.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere.
This is different
Could he
again, I
really
think.
be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going.
That's a bit
Here
extreme.
On the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk.
Indeed.
What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future?
I doubt it.
Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
I wanted the
That
number.
kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
I just wanted the combination. That's rude.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Wait, this is different.
Stanley walked straight
No, it's
ahead through
not.
the large door
Why,
that read
why did I think it was
Mind
different?
Control Facility.
I'm so confused.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Okay, can we move on?
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Who's to say?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place.
Employee 434, it seems, got fired, so rip Bozo, I guess.
This mind-control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power.
Not to
over
immediately
another
contradict
human
you,
life,
but
for he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
no, but I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
It's a pretty good game.
Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode,
That's kind of rude.
eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
Green?
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine.
Incorrect.
I set you free.
Purple 2.
Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp.
This one's just green.
To say
Is there a
this,
green
though,
one that
this
doesn't
version of
have
events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything
on it?
and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see
Doesn't
it
look like
go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it on?
No, I figured that there wasn't anything, honestly.
Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? One solved? Do you have any idea what your
purpose in this place is? That doesn't have anything on it? Just look at this.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless.
Incorrect.
To see you made
3 blue. Yeah, I don't really...
This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
Goodbye, employee.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your
It's kind of a bit extreme.
Or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Well, that's great. Okay, we're finally back to this place.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Who's the one that says waiting input? Guess there isn't one this time around. Not here anyways, maybe it's somewhere else in the level.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Everything on the left, I think, so...
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring.
It's a nice
room. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Can I actually drink something, or...? No. Okay.
Yes, really.
And now
really
you said something for a second time.
A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Yeah. I don't know.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
That's some commitment. Doubt it.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue.
Yep.
But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Probably just like a final jab. I could probably go now, but... Got a Discord message. Nothing important. Nope. Yeah, I guess we'll move on.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
I mean, if we're doing an immediate refusal to To follow directions. Might as well just do it again.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
I mean...
Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
No.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Cool.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it.
Jeez.
If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
What a creepy start. What? Excuse you? I don't think I deserve the paranoia. I guess we are 427. It's my bad. Jeez, that's creepy. No input monitor, unfortunately.
When Stanley came to a set of two open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes. This room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
Why did you give me new dialogue? Now you make me want to wait here again.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Yes.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
I mean, sure.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
What if I don't want to, though? 2v1. Skipped 2. This is probably... This door probably says there's no door. Where did 2v2 go? I don't know. Four and 5.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
That is the one on the left. You're right. Can I go back, though? That'd be funny. I can. Sort of. Not really. Okay, no, I'm going through the blue... Ugh, no, but it's the left is always right. I gotta...
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running
okay,
and
it's
running
looping
and running, just the
infinitely.
way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Okay.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
I don't know.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Not really.
If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy.
I don't.
I actually feel happy.
I do not. This is honestly jarring and clashing and... But I don't know. Do you have more dialogue? I'm willing to move on. Oh, it changed. Now that's kind of nice. I like that. I'll see one more design and then we'll move on, because I don't want to sit here for ages. I think this game is honestly a better experience when you're just watching the compilation videos of it, or watching all those like secrets in videos or whatever. Okay, that's the third design. I'm okay. We're gonna go.
No, wait. Where are you going?
What? I don't want to go back.
Right. Where were we?
Sitting here and doing nothing? That sounds really boring. Can you say something this time, or... No? Okay.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
It's just... it's just a jumping platform. Alright, I'm just gonna go back.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
Why do you give me the option to go back? That's honestly what I'm weirded out about.
No! What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
Okay, sorry, jeez.
You are going to stay here, aren't you?
No! What? Why are you why are you acting like you have relational trauma?
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die! What about this isn't getting through to you?
I don't really like this room. Like, I hate this blurry stuff. It's not gross, but it's just... I don't know, it's not great on the eyes, is the problem.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Bro, if you really wanted that in the first place, then why in the world did you try to get me on, like, some kind of weird quest to free myself from mind control that was already off? Oh, come on. I walked all the way over here. I do like this one, though. This pattern's really nice. It's literally just the blurriness. I'm not a big fan. Wish there was a sprint button. You gonna say anything else before I guess not.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Oh, okay. There we go. We finally, got a little bit of dialogue there. Now can I walk all the way back and have something happen, or... No, he's just, yeah, okay, he doesn't even care. Doesn't even matter to him. Alright. Off the plank I go. It took a while. Alright.
No! Oh. Thank God. You lived.
Okay.
You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Sure.
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
Okay, I stopped moving. I doubt there's gonna be any dialogue about the fact that I stopped moving, though. I'm gonna be completely honest. Yeah, I'm not dealing with this. Holy crap.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
No dialogue. Okay. Bro, just keep talking. I'll just never die.
No. No, no. What are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
I don't care. I don't care. Like, I don't care at all. I just want to hear your dialogue, and then that's it. That's all of it. I just... Sure, start over. I mean, I would just go choose another path.
Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
I don't care at this. I'm not even gonna go back and check. One last thing. You gonna say something? No. No, he's not. Are you kidding me?
Let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
Why are you acting so...
Yes.
Man.
Perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about.
After jumping off of that
I know
twice.
You'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that,
Why is it
can't
all
you?
we, man? You couldn't think of anything else besides this as your happiest location? Your happiest state of being is these stupid colors with...
No, perhaps not.
And I'll go back. No, actually not in the slightest. That's the thing.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally
what else
willing
was I
to
supposed
kill
to do?
yourself to keep me from being
What am I supposed to do?
Am I reading the situation correctly?
No, you're not. What else am I supposed to do? Buddy, you're not giving me any other options. Give me something to do. So manipulative, too. Will be happy. Just have to stay here. Yeah, sure, buddy. Are you kidding
Maybe
me?
You're just getting a kick out of it.
Yes, I am.
I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask.
I'm gonna walk all the way
Do you
back
actually
out
want
here.
to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
I'm teasing you. I'm messing with you.
I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did.
I don't care.
I still thought that was possible.
I don't care, man. Give me dialogue and I'll listen to it. This room is boring. There's nothing here. Alright, we're going back. I'm gonna throw myself off the thing again. Unless you have dialogue that makes me want to turn around. Come up with something quick. I don't have a health bar either. What was it, the fourth time? Third time? I can't even remember. Blood for the blood gods.
Is it over?
There we go.
It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Yeah, I feel bad, man. I don't, but I don't know. That's crazy.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
They're really like changing the dialogue, don't they? Awaiting input has not shown up for quite a while.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open, this was not the correct way to the
Yeah, I
meeting
know.
room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace, its subtle charm? No. Stanley knew it was something deeper, something darker.
Okay. That's weird.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Can I close this door? No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stan. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you
Yes.
that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
I mean,
Why,
it doesn't matter
I don't
either
know how
way.
to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
don't.
Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Let me
Give
through
a
the door.
chance. Now listen
Come
carefully,
on.
this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
I don't feel like it.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
I mean, what if I'm colorblind? You don't know that.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Sure.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms,
If you
exposed
were
developer
starting to build it,
textures.
though,
Is this
I
what
mean,
you had wanted?
kinda
Was it
sounds
worth
like you were
ruining
making
the
something.
entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Sounds like you didn't
Do you
make
not
it for
think
me
I put
then.
a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see.
Sure.
Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
I can't speak to you.
Tell you what.
Maybe mic
Let me
input.
take
That would be a
stab
good
in the
step.
dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Sure.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
I'll go left. Oh. Okay. Didn't have a choice, I guess.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
A 3. Really? Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
you know?
like, either way,
Any
realistically.
level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings.
I just don't
Does that
really think it
sound
made it
good?
worse or
Think
better.
we can do that? Yes? Wonderful.
You could maybe have like spaced it out a little bit more,
Here,
but that's more
based on the
environmental
data from your
stuff.
previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Oh. Huh. Stanley Parable. Worldwide leaderboard. Oh boy. "21.3% of players skipped the intro sequence. Only the worst 3% of players chose the blue door." How long does it take you to get to the correct door? Compete against others to improve your Stanley Parable career. 7 hours. Okay. I have not been playing for 7 hours. It's been almost an hour and a half. Yeah, I can check. Yeah, I haven't even began to play 7 hours. This is your superior. A dead rat is objectively ranked. Nice. Probably starts over then. I kind of want to go through the new door because it looks kind of cool. I do like the new door. We'll go through the new door.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
It was funny, but I mean, like, in an actual game standpoint, putting it there doesn't make any sense.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Uh-huh.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail.
But left is
It's
always
a very
right.
meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life.
I think he deserves to go to the left if he wants to go to the left. I shouldn't be stopping him.
The message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective?
But I mean, like, if he wants to go to the left, I should let him go to the left.
You heartless bastard.
Well, that's rude. It was his
Did you do it because
choice.
you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try.
He seems fine.
I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
There's a thing here.
Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
Is the button still here?
Yes.
It is.
Seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Oh. Okay. Minecraft.
Well, Stanley, is this any better?
If I could actually play it, it'd be nice.
The one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with.
Oh man, I
Is it
miss
enough?
old
Tell
Minecraft
me,
textures. Gosh
Will
darn.
it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley.
I'm going to build a house. Okay. Oh,
This will go here. No, here. And then...
that was really... That's really unimpressive, man.
Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy.
That's really unimpressive, man.
But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
All right, sure.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond.
This guy is 6.
Everything.
This guy is 6.
Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Sure. Music is really quiet. Oh. Don't mind if I do. Guess it was in the Minecraft soundtrack, but I don't think I've ever heard it in game. I forget what it's called. It's a good song. I just don't want it to stop, which is why I haven't moved on. Well.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
No. We can get one though if we had mined some trees, and there's some coal over here. Also, it doesn't really seem all that dark.
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5.
It's a spider.
The diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
What's up, Alex? Hello. It's playing a game.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself.
Brother. Hello.
What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Oh, that's gone now.
Oh, it's a puzzle.
I'm not playing Minecraft. I'm playing a game called the Stanley Parable. It's doing a weird bit where it's bringing in a bunch of different games. Oh, wait, I needed the radio. I can't get stuck anymore. Oh, have fun. Bye. Okay.
No, actually, you know
Goodbye.
what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games. And I...
Whoa. Highly doubt you any wiser for the experience, which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. Oh, okay. Interesting office. Oh. Is it kid safe? Yeah, it's a funny game, I'd say. It was really popular quite a while ago. Probably almost 10 years ago. It's like a comedic... What's the word? We'll watch a little more. Okay. It's a satire piece on how games have been historically narrated. It's oddly gloomy at the moment, though. Going way back to my office, it seems. Can't really read that. Again, I wish I could zoom in, but I just can't. Yep, back to my office. It looks a little different, though. Weird. Can't really do anything here either, so... Just go back. Oh, went black.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back.
Okay.
The end will be here soon. Very soon.
Who's the guy talking? It's the narrator.
I can wait.
He talks about what's going on in the game.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again. Then it came back, and lingered for a minute or two. Now it's only half there. Just a kind of, tingle.
It's too bad.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
I didn't get to choose the name, that's just what it was.
Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Weird side plot.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be... Oh, no, you can't...
You let me!
Did you just unplug the phone? That wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah, I just went to the wall. I didn't know it was gonna let me.
It's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand.
Well, that's comforting.
How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No,
see what?
That's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Blinking red.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
All right.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice.
Hello, Stephen.
He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice
it's not exactly
would you
a false
make?
dichotomy.
Remember
I feel like
that
you
unlike
could do
here,
something else
the real
besides
world
that.
makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real.
No.
Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack." Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
All right.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction.
All
but
right.
not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Sure. Oh, there's guardrails.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
It won't let me jump. Just trying to do literally anything else and it's not letting me.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
No, thank you.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I don't really feel like that.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
All right.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that you... My story! You've destroyed my work! Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. What am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Nope. All right. That did not work.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground.
Whatever,
What,
man.
did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley?
Not really. I don't know who Stanley is.
He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
You did not tell me that.
That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
This is a video game.
Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious.
Or gotten
it would have been
crushed,
so
or
perfect. I
gotten,
worked so
I don't
hard
know,
on it.
blown up.
I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be
Why am
up
I
to the
back
task.
here?
Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I mean, where'd they come this far?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly. And
I guess I don't have a choice.
Story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No. I'm
No!
not doing that.
Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would.
Third time's a charm.
Choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
All right, we'll go on the left.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
No broom closet for me.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Can't go down. It's not an executive bathroom anymore. He's just erasing all the cool things.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover
It's green.
not an indication of any human life.
Why is it green?
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
You know, I have no way of inputting anything, so hopefully he just does it. Oh. Night Stark 115.
Stanley
No,
spoke
Night
the
Shark
code.
115.
Night Shark 115.
Yeah,
He
there's
spoke
no
it
mic
into the
input in this game,
receiver,
so...
right there on the wall.
Oh, that's rude.
I'm sorry,
I don't have a
problem?
choice.
You didn't mishear me, did you?
I can't
Please
speak.
speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is
I
a
can't
crucial
speak.
step.
There, I typed it
Okay,
in.
fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly
tried.
decide you have better things to do.
I literally can't do
I asked
anything.
you for this one single thing, for your respect.
I can't.
The kind of respect Stanley shows for
I
his
I
choices.
literally just
He
cannot.
knows what it means to take a story seriously.
Okay.
If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here?
I
You had a
didn't.
choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right.
I did.
You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there.
Why,
Why did you
Maya, I
come
tried
this way?
4
Speak.
times.
Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
I can't speak. Okay. Huh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
The end.
I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs
This
you to
ending
make a
is
decision.
sad.
It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Oh. All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I mean, I was looking for a computer for a waiting for input thing. Unfortunately, there isn't one this time either. Whatever. Still have to go on the door on the left inside
When
the door on the
Stanley
right.
came to a set of 2 open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room?
Wait, I can go back.
I mean, true, but eager to get back to business,
Oh.
Stanley took
Whoops.
the first open door on his left.
Oh, whatever. I got turned
And
around.
so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Man, they give you so
and
many
got
options
back
to
on
just not
track.
do that. So yeah.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here,
I'd
it's,
imagine you just go back up the elevator.
left. Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Okay.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
He doesn't even know where we are.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Sure.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story
What's up
completely
with that?
unusable.
Down
How
to the
about,
left, there's
rather
like a
than waste
helix
my time trying to
of,
salvage
like,
this
monitors or
nonsense,
something.
we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm? Okay, from the top.
All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This game's vibe really reminds me of,
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did
What?
you change anything
pop
when we
makes
were
a
back in that
sound.
room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
uh-huh. Okay, so, I mean, left is always right. So, this way. Mm-hmm.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from.
No, it's
Why
not.
don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
But sure.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here
They're
it
doing this
comes.
again.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
This guy has amnesia.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Yeah!
I know you put in
Yay!
a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job.
Yeah!
Oh, no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Sure.
All right, I've got a solution.
Adventure
this
line.
time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Sure.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Man gave up. All right. turn it off. Too bad.
You see? The line knows where the story is.
Trademark.
It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
Well, yeah, that's a self-qualifying statement right there. You said the story.
Such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself.
What?
Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
All right, man.
Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh, gee. That's a bit much. That's actually really loud. Just a little lower. Okay. That's just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit less. 11. Jeez. Isn't it quite convenient how the only way to go is where the line wants to go? Interesting.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern.
This fern
Stanley,
right here.
This fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay. I mean, it's leafy. It's got like some kind of blade-like features. How long am I supposed to look at this? I don't know. I don't know. Let's just keep going.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Well, it is going somewhere different, so... Part of the adventure is definitely the journey, so, I mean, I don't know.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
This isn't going too well.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Oh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Sure.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
We can go back to Minecraft.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine. Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
Sure.
How important, we mustn't squander the opportunity.
They surely
In
go
fact,
to different places.
I need a minute to think
They're
here.
definitely not.
Just walk in circles for a minute.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I know that
Counterclockwise is a good
each door
direction.
has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere the place
I
where
literally
we're
do this in
trying to
every
go,
room.
there must be a reverse door that leads here, and that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going?
No,
And since the
always
answer
left,
is clearly
man.
yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Oh man, we gotta go left. What's wrong with you? Rude. The confusion ending.
Hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
Narrator forgets about the previous restart. Stanley attempts to play the story, but it is prevented, unable to go anywhere or do anything. The game restarts on its own. Find the line again, begin following the line. Find an identical replica of an office that has begun to deteriorate. Attempt to make up a story here.
Well, what if I don't want to forget?
Narrator restarts the game. There is no longer an office, simply blank, a black space. Wander in the blackness, find a bookstore, get bored and leave. Narrator restarts the game. The narrator is gone after a long time. Stanley dies.
Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do
it didn't matter which way you
went. Did we
went.
break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
I don't know.
So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if...
Oh. All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Can I please have a waiting for input screen anywhere? Guess not. What even is there left to do?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Oh, you're going
he entered
straight.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic, like a combination of a much smaller version and a much larger version of this exact room. It all made Stanley uncomfortable, and he started to bleed a little. This made him smile. At last,
kinda weird.
proof that he was human.
Oh, okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office,
Am I literally
hoping
just
he
on
might find an
the
answer
right track
there.
now?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley
Yeah, I
walked
think I am.
upstairs.
Let me check real quick. What achievements are there? Because I don't really know what else we could do. Quit the game and start it again. You can't jump. No, seriously, we disabled it. I think I already pressed space, though. Click on door 435 times. Okay, I guess I'll do that later. 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. Okay. Don't play the Stanley Parable for 5 years. Complete the Stanley Parable in under 4 minutes and 22 seconds, not including loaded times. What's the shortest ending? I don't know. Unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. And it's a picture of a phone. I don't know. Play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday. Why? What? What? Okay. It's not a Tuesday. I mean, I didn't start at the very beginning of it either, but that's kind of ridiculous. Anyways, I'm gonna press space a bunch of times.
To his boss's office.
Yeah, okay, that was achievement. I'm gonna go up to the top and enter 8 a ton of times. I want to go in that door.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
8.
8. I can't even see where I'm looking. Do I even want to continue this? Because I feel like I'm not really going anywhere. No, I'm pretty sure this is the exact same. Oh.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, I'm gonna restart. Go, 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 go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I don't believe going down would be any faster. No, that's like the one where you
Here's
just go
the door,
insane.
just go.
Thanks, man.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Will do.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Who's to say?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided...
Okay. I feel like it's been less than 4 minutes.
and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay
This guy
unsolved.
gets mad at you for going literally anywhere else. And he talks about
how
how...
had he been freed from the machine's
there's
grasp?
more to
What
do.
other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
Great.
No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
Can I have my
the
achievement?
feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him.
I want my achievement.
This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
It is kind of crazy how quickly you can finish this game.
Stanley was happy.
Achievement? Achievement? No, I didn't get the achievement. Why didn't I get the achievement? I want my achievement. Beat the game. Complete the Stanley Parable. Yeah, but I did that. Complete the Stanley Parable in under 4 minutes and 22 seconds, not including load times. What? Didn't I do that, though? Okay, well, whatever. Let's go click on door 430. I'll restart the game because that's an achievement anyways.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Just to see if
Stanley
I can get that
decided to
achievement.
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where's the waiting for
No matter
input
how hard
ones?
Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I don't know.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Yes.
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly
you named
5
the achievement.
clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Sure, I'll go find it. Here it is.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Should be back this way, but I can't get there. 437. This is all counting down. Probably wants me to do this.
All of his co-workers were gone.
No, but there is no 437 here.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417? Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
I don't know where door 437 is. Have I even seen door 437? 42, 420, 456. Where's this door you speak? Wait, I can go back here now. They wouldn't let me do that before. But still, regardless, 437 is not a door back here. It doesn't go that high. Oh, wait.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
What in the world is the layout of this office? Also, it really did not let me go back in that one time. I don't know what that was about.
Now, back to door number 437.
Okay.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine? All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Okay, buddy.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk. Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416. We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
Why are you so enthused? Why are you so enthused? Okay.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now? What was
an achievement for toggling a setting in the menu? Like, I don't really think either of us are exactly arbiters of effort here. I'm just gonna keep restarting until I have all the input things entered. I don't know
Even
how
now,
often those
Stanley's
show up,
office was a
but,
distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo?
I don't remember.
He could no longer recall.
Yeah, I don't remember what it looks like. There's no computers over there. Again, oh, what? All right. Whoa. Oh, no, that was just the door closing. One of these weird sequences where it's really short. I don't care.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned?
Oh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Fun.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No idea. But there's nothing here either.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What? What?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he
Is it
couldn't find
raining?
a trace of his co-workers.
Weird.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting
The end
room.
is never the
Perhaps he
end,
had
is never
simply
the end,
missed a
is never
memo.
the end, is never 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 the end. Oh, this one again. Is it just like not here? I clicked it
Stanley
twice.
had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
It doesn't seem that brightly lit. To be honest, to be completely honest about that. Okay, I'm just gonna see. Is there like a guide or something? It's not for an achievement, but I do want to see what it does. Guide. Commitment achievement. Well, yeah, obviously. "24 real world hours over multiple Tuesdays." Okay, well, I'm not gonna actually play the game. I just boot it up and sit there. Okay, inputs. Oh, here we go, here we go. Okay. It says input receive, then restart the game from the beginning. Go to the desk 423, click the computer, restart. Boss's secretary desk, click on our computer, then restart the game. Okay. I think I've already done it twice. 419, 423, boss's secretary, 434. Wait, what was it? 419? We'll check that one first.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
Yeah, 419 is off. Who farted? Okay, what's the next one? 423.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter
Yeah, I already got that one.
of time.
Boss's secretary's desk. I'm pretty sure I've checked that quite a few times.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, there we go. Nice. In the game again. We're looking at 434 next.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Yeah. Waiting input. It's not letting me input. Oh, there we go. You start? What's the next one? Oh, yeah, it's my desk. Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. Ambient voice in the background saying buttons over and over. Yeah, they just turn back on after you're... Okay, yep, just go ahead and start that over. What else we got? Welcome back. Go outside. Speed run. Oh yeah, speed run for some reason didn't work. So we're gonna go ahead and quit to menu. Quit. Launch the game again. Hopefully the image on the stream comes up soon. There we go.
This is the story.
Just skip. Yeah.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him?
What's the code?
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret pin number.
Jeez.
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway. Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself.
I guess the other sequences were a bit shortened because of repetitive play, so maybe that
never occurred to him.
Was what canceled it out. I don't know.
Go unanswered for long.
Let's try to finish this out, though.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I'll get this final achievement here, and then I guess I'll call it done, because I don't really think there was anything else to do.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it.
Doesn't get more exciting the 17th time.
In someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Who's to say?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this...
By the way, I still don't remember the button code. I just hope it's not going to make me redo it, because holy crap. That'd be annoying.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes.
It makes
He had
no
won.
narrative
He had
sense.
defeated the machine,
For
unshackled
the button
himself
that
from someone
turns
else's
off
command.
all the power
Freedom
in the
was
facility
mere
to be connected
moments
to
away.
a door
And yet,
that opens
even
up a
as
wall.
the immense door slowly
Great.
opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
I don't
the
know
feeling
when I'm
of
supposed to get it.
liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him.
It doesn't tell you how long
This
an
was
attempt
exactly
takes
the way,
every single time you do it.
right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Any chance a poor soul could get an achievement? Just a little, no achievement. Ugh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Yeah,
Stanley decided to go to the...
I'm mad about that. I don't know how long it took me. Let's see here. Speedrun achievement. Begin a new game. Open the console, type map freedom. Once the door is open, walk out to complete the game. It's that simple. Right click on Steam / the Stanley Parable, add dash console. I don't want to do that though. Go down the lift and into the mind control facility. Get to the mind control machine. Save the game. Complete the game. When it starts again, exit to main menu and load your saved game. Complete the game again. What? Press no. I mean, it's off. I'm assuming that's what they want. Save here. Press no to complete the game. Load the game. Whatever, sure. I'll try that. I don't want to have to try to do it again. All right.
All of his co-workers were gone.
4 minutes and
What could
22
it mean?
seconds.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
I should have started
he
a
entered
timer.
the door on his left.
Just to know if it was really over 4 minutes and 22 seconds.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I still
Stepping into his manager's
I have
office,
no idea
Stanley
what
was
it is.
once again
I have
stunned to
absolutely
discover
no
not
idea.
an indication of any human life.
2485.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Now we have to wait for him to
That kind of anxiety
chill out.
isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is
Stanley
never the
realized
end,
he
is never
felt a
the
bit
end, is never the
peculiar.
end, is never
It
the
was a
end, is
stirring
never
of
the end,
emotion
is
in
never
his
the end,
chest,
is never the
as though he
end, is
felt
never the
more
end,
free
is
to
never the
think for
end, is
himself,
never the end,
to
is never the
question the
end, is
nature
never
of
the
his
end, is
job.
never the end,
Why
is
did
never
he
the end,
feel
is never
this
the end, is
now,
never the end,
when
is never
for
the end.
years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Well, that was a fun 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
More of a 2-hour game than anything else.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television
Doesn't
screens.
exactly feel longer than
What
that.
horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
For the 8th time. Who's to say?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so
there an
many
employee number
individuals
1?
reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
Yeah, definitely
It
not.
was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Who's to say?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored.
All right. This is 1,000,000,000% cheating.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power. Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
Yeah.
Where had his co-workers gone?
Absolutely, 100%.
How had he been
Agreed.
freed from the machine's grasp?
Absolutely.
What other mysteries did this strange
Oh,
building hold?
yeah. Tons.
But as
Absolutely.
sunlight streamed into the chamber,
Yeah.
he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness.
Yeah.
Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
Absolutely,
No
man.
longer would anyone tell him where to go,
Yeah,
what to do,
you're correct.
or how to feel.
100%.
Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
Totally, man.
And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing.
Yeah, absolutely. 'Cause
Stanley
that's not a
stepped through the
flippin'
open door.
horrible statement that disqualifies every other purpose that you could possibly
Stanley
have
felt
from
the
this
cool
purpose.
breeze
So
upon
you're
his
gonna be
skin.
here, and that's it. And you're
feeling
done for
of
the rest of your life.
liberation.
Good job, man.
The immense possibility of the new path before him.
That is a
This
contradiction.
was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Good for him. Didn't work. All right. That's cool. Huh. How else to do it? It worked as soon as February. Oh, wait, it said go to the mind control machine, save the game, complete the game. When it starts again, exit to main menu and load your saved game. So you're supposed to save it, complete it, then exit to main menu and load the game, but not, I guess, completely close the game. So I guess let's go ahead and load right now. Go to quick to menu, load the game.
Commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to
We'll go
sink
through
in,
this dumb sequence
Stanley
again.
decided that this machinery would never...
I guess maybe the game naturally restarting resets the timer or something, and then it doesn't get properly. I don't know. I don't really care. Just gotta wait.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
This is so boring.
Yes. He had won.
It was
He had
vaguely
defeated
interesting
the
when
machine,
he was talking
unshackled
the first
himself
time or
from
whatever
someone
with
else's
this ending,
command.
but I mean, I've
Freedom
heard
was
it so
mere
many
moments
times.
away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles
have
still
so
lay
little care.
unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How
I'm
had
gonna
he
eat
been
Skittles.
freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight
decent
streamed
Skittle.
into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him.
And
For it
Skittles are
was
really
not
good.
knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be
The irony of that
his.
statement, because this guy just
that was
hates us
all he
doing
needed
anything
to
we want to
know.
do.
It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Perfect agency, unless we want to do something besides what they want. There we
Stanley
go.
felt the cool breeze
Nice.
upon his skin.
No,
the
let
feeling of
me
libera-
get me out of here. Holy crap. Okay. What? I'm sorry, a what? Huh? What? Oh, you can see my Steam menu in the tiny computer. Yep, this is me looking at achievements and looking at guides. I guess you saw that earlier. It's funny, you can hear like office noises now. I don't think that was a thing before. It is impossible to get this achievement. Is it actually impossible to get this achievement? I feel like it's not. Unachievable. Make sure the Stanley Parable is closed and go to the folder. CFG. What? At the menu in the game. What? This seems so odd. Open the folder config.cfg and type in the following text in a new line. Bind X to... Oh, we're forcing the game to give us the achievement by pressing a button. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. I feel like we definitely are. Oh, that's weird. Is there another way to get it? Well, whatever, we'll just do it. Let me go ahead and pull up that file location. What was it? Steam apps, common, Stanley Parable, CFG, config.cfg. Okay. Go ahead and pull up the browse local files. Stanley Parable, CFG, config.cfg. Let me go ahead and close the game. There we go. Go ahead and edit with Notepad++. Not right now. Go all the way to the bottom. Create a new line. Control V. There we go. Control S. Close that. Oh, wait. Then I was supposed to make it read only. Properties. Read only. Apply. Okay. Play. I should be able to press X and get the achievement. Oh, I didn't even press X. It just worked. All right. Thanks, game. 2 achievements left. There's go outside, which is to not play for 5 years, and then commitment, which is to play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday. Okay. So on a Monday, I have to leave the game open before Tuesday begins, and then just just wait. Cool. Okay. That was fun. Almost 3 hours of playing this game. I will say there wasn't a lot of stuff that I didn't remember. It's definitely a game that relies on you not knowing what's going to happen, so I don't know, a little less cool than it probably could have been, but whatever. That was fun. I'm probably not going to do another stream today. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe Monday. I've got that day off as well from work, so that's nice. I don't know what else to play, but probably not Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, even though I've kept completely spoiler free, so that would be a pretty good idea. I'm just kind of tired right now, so I'm not going to do it today. Honestly, I might play that game tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Goodbye.